Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a little baby hat. I'm using just regular yarn. I think it's size 4, but I've used a bunch of different sizes and they all work pretty much the same. And this needle is a size H, if you can see. So let's get started. First you're going to make a slip knot, so I usually just wrap it around my finger, spin it around, and grab the yarn and pull the tail down. And all this does is puts the yarn onto the needle. I'm gonna pull it nice and tight. And then what they call is chain. So you're gonna take the yarn over here, put the needle in front of the yarn, and pull this right over. We're gonna do 5 of those. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what you're gonna do is take your needle and you want to find the first chain and put the needle right into that first chain on the top. Then take the yarn right in front of the needle and pull it through. So that way, that was called a slip stitch. So that way you have a nice little circle. Get this tail out of the way. And then you want to, again, put your needle in front of the yarn and enter it right into that little hole. Then put your needle in front of the yarn again. Pull that chain right over. Yarn in front of the needle again. Pull 2 chains over. Yarn in front of the needle again. Pull the last 2. So that's what's called a double crochet. And we're going to do 12 of those right into this circle. So back into the middle. One, 2, 3. So there's 2, back into the middle, yarn over, 1, 2, 3. Now I count to 1, 2, 3 because there's 3 steps for the double crochet. One, 2, 3. Now we're getting to the end. I just want to make sure how many I have. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It does get a little tight at the end, but they all fit. So this is the very top of the baby hat. Oh. All right, so after your 12, then you're going to want to what's called slip stitch right into that first chain. So you pull right over and pull the yarn through. And then you're going to chain 2, just like in the beginning. So 1, 2. And then you're going to go right back into that first chain that we slip stitched into. And we're going to do another double crochet, and another double crochet right into that same one. So there's 2 double crochets into that first chain. Then we're going to go to the next and do 2 double crochets. We're going to do that all around. So 1 double crochet, 2 right into that same one. On to the next. Here's 1. Right into that same one, 2. Next one. 1. 2. Next one. 2. Next 1. 2. And so you see it coming around. Next, some more yarn. 1. 2. Next 1. 2. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3 left to do. So 1, 2. 1. 2. And up to the very last one. So you go 1, and 2. Then you're going to slip stitch again. So if you can count the chains, there's 1, 2 chains. You're going to slip stitch into the very top one. So put your needle into there, put your yarn into the hook, and pull the other 2 over. And then you're going to get some more yarn. And then from there you're going to chain 2 again. Oops. Sometimes my needle slips out. You just slip right back into it. 1 and 2. So then this time you're going to go right into that same chain that you just chained 2 out of. Go right back into that and chain double crochet 2. So 1, 2, oops. Make sure they're nice and separated. All right, and then go into the next, and you're just going to do 1 double crochet. So 1, and then you're going to go all the way around doing 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So here's again 2 double crochets. 1, and then 1. And then 2 double crochets. Here's 1 and 2. And sometimes I lose count. Maybe I don't have, exactly 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It doesn't really matter. It still looks the same at the end. One little mistake doesn't really hurt it. And then 1. And then 2. So here's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. And then just 1 double crochet. So here's 1, 2, just 1. And then 1, 2, and then just 1. Here's 1, 2, and just 1. One, 2, 1, so we're almost done. 1, 2, just 1, 1, 2, then just 1. One, 2, see there's 2 left, so just 1, and onto the last one, so 1, and 2. All right, and then same thing, you're always going to want to, when you come to the end of a round, you're always going to want to slip stitch into that top chain. So right there, slip stitch, and then at the end of the round, you're also, after the slip stitch, then you always chain 2. So 1, 2. So that's the end of the width, and then now we're just going to go on to the length. And for that, all you do is 1 double crochet into each into each one of these things. So after you chain 2, you're going to go 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to go all the way around. And this is what you do for the rest of the entire hat. Now if you want to make the hat bigger for, like a bigger head, you would just add more, and where we did the 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, you would just do 2 instead of 1. Sometimes I play around and I do, for that round I do 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet. It's just in the pattern, and that's just adding more, more stitches into it for the width. Same thing if you want to do, a smaller hat, you would do, maybe 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So it's just in that pattern. So like I said, up until now we were working on the width of the hat, like how, how big it would be. Now we're working on the length. And like I said, we're just going to do this the entire time. So once we finish this round, you can see we started here. We're going to go all the way around and then just slip stitch into that top stitch, chain 2, and start all the way again. And it's the same thing the rest of the time, just one double crochet into each stitch. Now sometimes if I want to, like change pattern or change colors and make like a little pattern, I would, when I get to the end of a row, I really just take the yarn and tie it in a knot and attach it and then keep going. So it's really easy if you want to, change colors. And then you always get this tail. It's just dependent on how much from the start when you did the slip knot. Sometimes I leave that on in case I want to, attach little things to it, or sometimes I just cut it off. You could always attach like a little pom-pom or, a flower or something like that. My dog's chewing my bathing suit, but I don't want to ruin the video by yelling at him. That was a good bathing suit too. All right, so you can see it's, it's coming together. This is what the inside looks like. Sorry, my voice is so raspy. My allergies are really bad this time of year. Now I have made hats with, instead of doing double crochets, I've done, half double crochets or single crochets. Um, it's just in the pattern that you want it to look like. So this is with all double crochets. Now I didn't know anything about crocheting for the longest time. I pretty much taught myself how to do this. I Googled, how to do it and found all these answers like double crochets and half double crochets and slip stitch and chains, and I had no idea what any of it was. So then again, we're coming to the end of the round. We're just going to slip stitch into that chain, bam, chain two, and then start all over again. So back into there, the first stitch, double crochet into each stitch all the way around. And same thing, at the end of the round, you're gonna slip stitch into that top chain, chain two, and then start all around. And this is just gonna, carry on to the length of the hat. So it's gonna, come down. However long you want to make it is up to you. I usually do about 9 rounds, but again, I'm doing these hats for preemies. So like I said, I taught you how to make them bigger if you want to just add some more chains into the first couple rounds. If you want to make it longer, just add more rounds on this part, the length. Like I said, I make these for preemies, so they're small. So that's it. You would keep going all the way around. Where did we start? We started right here. These are our double crochets. You're going to go all the way around. And then once you meet, the starting point, you slip stitch right into that top chain, chain 2, and then start all over again. And that keeps going on the length of how long you want your hat to be. So, and then at the end, I usually just tie a bow. Like I'll show you. I just take it and tie a bow. And then that ends, I don't know how you're supposed to do it. That's just how I do it. I think it looks cute with a little bow. It's up to you, however you want to do it. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.